Welcome to the Emergency Housing Voucher Briefing tutorial presented by the North Carolina Commission of Indian Affairs. The EHV program is designed to serve families that are considered literally homeless, recently homeless, or fleeing or attempting to flee domestic violence, dating violence, sexual assault, stalking, or human trafficking. More specifically, the EHV program prioritizes households ready to move on and/or with the highest length of unsheltered homelessness and are on the current regional coordinated entry by name list who need long-term rental assistance. Currently homeless is defined by households with the longest length of homelessness and where documentation for PSH, chronic homelessness, and/or disability is not able to be obtained. The recently homeless category applies to permanent supportive housing, also known as PSH clients, eligible for Move On Rapid Rehousing clients in need of a step up to long-term subsidy. Congratulations! If you've made it to this portion of the video, you've been approved as an EHV voucher holder. In order to receive services through the Emergency Housing Voucher Program, you must first be referred by the North Carolina Balance of States Continuum of Care. Once the referral has been made, your file will be sent to the North Carolina Commission of Indian Affairs for processing. Then after, you have one of two choices. You may lease up locally within the jurisdiction of the North Carolina Commission of Indian Affairs in one of the following 7 counties: Columbus, Granville, Halifax, Hope, Person, Sampson, or Warren. If you elect to live outside of the Commission's jurisdiction, your file will be ported to the jurisdiction of your choice. Should you desire to use your voucher locally in the jurisdiction of the North Carolina Commission of Indian Affairs, you will have the ability to search for housing in one of the following 7 counties: Columbus, Granville, Halifax, Hope, Person, Sampson, or Warren counties. Once you have determined which county you would like to search for housing, a member of the North Carolina Commission of Indian Affairs staff will contact you to complete your briefing. Once your briefing has been completed, the following will occur. You will be issued a voucher and a request for tenancy approval to begin your search for housing. Once you have determined suitable housing, you will submit your request for tenancy approval to staff. We will determine rent reasonableness. Then we will inspect your unit, proceed to initiate a lease with the landlord, and make payments on behalf of you as the tenant according to your income, payment standards, and family composition. Should you desire to use your voucher outside of the North Carolina Commission of Indian Affairs jurisdiction, you may elect portability. Portability means you could use your voucher outside of the 7 counties or state of North Carolina. Your file will be sent to the housing authority in the jurisdiction of your choice. Someone from that agency will contact you with the next step. You will then meet with the housing authority and complete a briefing. Once your briefing has been completed, one of the following will occur. You will be issued a voucher and request for tenancy approval. Then you should begin your housing search. You will submit your request for tenancy approval to the following staff for approval. They will inspect your unit, initiate a lease with the landlord. The North Carolina Commission of Indian Affairs will reimburse the receiving housing authority for housing assistance payments made on your behalf. When porting, it's important for you to understand whether the receiving housing authority that you're being ported to is billing or absorbing. Once the receiving PHA receives your portability packet, they have one of 3 options. The first being billing EHV, which means your voucher remains as an EHV and you're eligible for additional service fees. The secondly is if the receiving PHA is absorbing your voucher as an HCV. This means your voucher would automatically convert to a Section 8 housing choice voucher and you would no longer be eligible for service fees. And lastly, if the EHV portability is being absorbed, your voucher will remain as an EHV and you would thus be eligible for additional service fees. Service fees are provided by the Housing Authority for each EHV voucher holder to cover the following expense: housing search assistance, security deposit assistance, utility deposit assistance, rental application fees, holding fees, moving expense, essential household items, and renter insurance if required by your lease. We have one of two ways in which you can access service fees. The first being for those individuals leasing up in the local jurisdiction of the North Carolina Commission of Indian Affairs. Please contact your local housing inspector to do so. We will pay application fees up front. However, utility and security deposits will not be issued until your request for tenancy approval has been approved by local field staff. Secondly, all portable voucher holders must contact your local housing authority to receive service fees. These fees will not be issued by the North Carolina Commission of Indian Affairs. If your voucher has been converted to a Section 8 Housing Choice voucher after choosing to port, you will no longer be classified as an EHV participant and funds will not be available to you. Here are some additional tips to make your tenancy successful during the EHV voucher process. Once you have leased up, you will need to communicate directly with your assigned housing staff. You should regularly report any of the following: income or employment changes, household composition changes, landlord-tenant issues. Important notice to you: read and understand and comply with the certification of tenant responsibilities. Read and understand and comply with your lease agreement, and always ask questions if you're uncertain. If you have additional questions, feel free to reach us at the North Carolina Commission of Indian Affairs Emergency Housing Voucher Program at 984-236-0160. Again, our number is 984-236-0160. Or you may email us at cia.hcv.app@doa.nc.gov. Again, our email address is cia.hcv.app@doa.nc.gov. Thank you for your participation in the EHV Briefing video tutorial. We look forward to serving you at the North Carolina Commission of Indian Affairs.